So, finished doing our cuts and grooves, making the blue part look a little bit more interesting. Now we're ready to do this halo of text effect and our grid below and this effect in the eyes as well. And then we'll be done. Let's go ahead and do the eyes first real quick. Create another layer. You can name it eyes. Get the two colors you want to use, black and I don't know, let's see what green looks like. Get your lasso tool and draw the shape of the eyes. And get your brush, soft brush, 1% flow, and let's go ahead and paint. We need to get this, we need to move our layer. It needs to be at the top actually. There we go, let's paint in some green, switch to our black. Go ahead and create a new layer for that. And let's paint in the shadows of our eye here. Kind of thinking of it like a sphere. So there's one. Get our lasso tool and draw out the next eye. All right. Add a little bit more to this one, I think. Okay. There we got our eyes. Could probably mess around with that a little bit more. But let's do the text now. We're going to have to create a new layer. We're going to do this in 3 steps. Kind of get the idea of, the words and the font you want to use. You got to create a new document. We want it to be 3000 pixels by 450 pixels height, so 3000 wide, 300 resolution. The background color we want to be black, so select black. Okay, create. And you're going to type your text out here, and you want to make sure it's in the center of this, and then it goes from the one edge to the other edge. So get your type tool, and you can click at the edge and just drag out the length of the type. I'm going to use off bit for mine. Make sure it's white text, and I'm going to type out I don't know, let's do Cactus 2049. Kind of the first thing that came to me. Type out a few and then you can select it, copy, and then paste across. And you want it to fit. So if it goes off like so, just adjust your size a little bit. So maybe 8-point font, and so I'll do 8.5 font. And I still need to get a little bit more, so we can go open up our window and our character panel here and adjust your tracking. Tracking is the amount of spacing in between every single letter all at once. You can increase that. Looks like I have a typo here. There we go. So select all of it, and you can just click here and kind of move it. Looks like maybe 29. Okay, let's try 33. A little bit more. 38. Okay, let's go all the way up to 40. Okay. So now I got my type from one end to the other, and just bring it down so that it's right about there in the middle. File, save as. Save it as text. Save it to a place such as your desktop where you'll be able to find it. Okay. You can exit out of this, and we're going to create another new document. So file, new. This one is going to be 2000 by 2000, 300 resolution, white background, create. And now we're going to create a sphere using the 3D and materials of Photoshop. Now this is something, whenever you click on it, Photoshop is going to say something, this is a feature that's outdated or is Photoshop's kind of getting rid of. It's okay, just use it for now. Photoshop hasn't gotten rid of it entirely, but it's certainly not improving on it yet. But we can still make use of it. So go to 3D, and then you're going to go to New Mesh from Layer, and you're going to choose Mesh Preset and Sphere. Yes, you're about to create a 3D layer. Would you like to switch? When I click Don't Show Again, yes, I would like to switch. And now we need our 3D panel open. So go up to Window 3D. What we're going to do is wrap the text, that text file we just made. We're going to wrap that around the sphere. So in order to do that, we need to select sphere material here. Double click on it, kind of like you would a layer, and you're going to come down to opacity, and this folder right next to opacity, click on it, and then go to load texture, and we are going to load the text that we made. Click open, and there we see our text that's wrapped around the sphere. Next thing we want to do is take this layer, we're going to drag and drop it right into here. And now we're going to mess with the size and everything. We can click out of this. You can see up here, you want it at the top of your layers. Up here you have different ways of adjusting what we have going on here with the text and its wraparound. So we can adjust the size with this one right here. If you click on it and you just kind of drag out, you can adjust the size of it. So get it to about the size that you want. Here you can adjust the angle of it. So get the angle how you like it. I think I'm going to do maybe that. This adjusts it, I don't know which axis you would call this, but I think I'm going to adjust it about right like so. And then this one, you can move it this way. This is just the move tool for it. And then this one, whoa, be careful with this one. It moves it from left to right, horizontal axis. And then, let's see, I think I'm going to move it maybe a little bit more.
And that's me in my custom shirt from Custom Ink.
And make it a little bit bigger. There we go. Okay. And once you get the placement, how you like it, you're going to right click on it. Now, this is why Photoshop's getting rid of the 3D. I would love to be able to click on render 3D layer because it would make this look amazing or a lot better. But it could take like 48 hours. It could take forever to do that. So that's the reason why Photoshop is getting rid of this. It's just it takes far too long to render. So we are just going to rasterize the layer. And that happens instantaneously. So now we've rasterized it. Get your eraser tool out, E, go ahead and erase the shadow kind of effect here at the bottom. We don't need that. There we go. And now we can do, let's name this text. Double click on that and we're going to add our glow and everything to this. So let's do color overlay. Let's see, green, let's stick with that. Or maybe blue. Pick a color overlay you want. I think I'm going to stick with that. And now do your outer glow. Don't worry about this down here. We'll just erase that. It's helpful. It's showing us the parts that I missed erasing. Just look at your text up here and get that the way it looks, like it's glowing and looks good. Click OK. Get my eraser now. Erase this stuff. Now, this probably isn't the best text to have used. I would probably redo this and use a different font. And it didn't quite come out as good looking as I would have hoped. I think I'll just keep that without the drop shadow on. And now we'll add a layer mask to it. And now we need to mask it. So I'm going to get my lasso tool. And you know what? We could probably just get a selection of our busts here. So let's see. This part, hold my shift button, that part, and the middle part. And then I'll come down here to my blue as well. Get a selection of it. Come up to my mask, get my black out, flow at 100%. And so it goes around. And I'm not going to be able to see this text here. Alright, let's get my lasso tool and do this right here. Fill that with black. Okay, so there we go. Masked out. We got the text wrapping around. Maybe mess. Yeah, I think I'll mess with the glow with a little bit more. Make it a little bit. There we go. Looks a little bit better that way. All right, and can exit out of this now. We don't need it. Let's see what was next. Oh yeah, the grid. So, you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do the grid now. So we're going to do that right above on a new layer, right here, grid. First, we're just going to make our grid. So get your rectangle tool out here, draw out a good square like so, get it the color you want. I'm going to use this neon green and get probably about, that's a pretty good size, 14. And then rasterize. Then get your pen tool and go a pretty good distance. Hold your shift button, come all the way down. Click there. Make sure you have it select to shape and not path. Hold shift, come down. Make sure that this is the same width of a stroke, 14. And then go ahead and rasterize that. And now we are going to use our step and repeat feature. So you're going to hold Alt Command T. That'll put it into free transform. And hold your shift button. It's going to drag out another copy. Drag it about the distance that you want. Hit enter. And now all you need to do is press Shift Alt Command T, and it's going to keep doing that all the way across. And then what we're going to do is select all of those, merge them together, merge layers, and then we will duplicate that, Command J, and then free transform, Command T, hold your shift button, drag it down like so, keep holding your shift button, and make them fit across, hit enter. There we have our grid. You can select all three of these now and merge them together. There's our grid. Go back to your move tool. And now hit Command T again, free transform. And this time right click on it and go to perspective. And then from one of the corners at the top, just drag in. And then you can drag out. We want to do it, you can drag the corners out on the bottom out like this as well to increase the perspective. There you go, hit enter. And you can go back to free transform and hold your shift button on the edges, kind of drag them out and place it how you like within your composition. There we go. And you can do whatever else you want. You can add a little light effect. All this is I just use the black brush, put a big black brush there, hard edge, and then a soft 0% soft brush for a little bit of yellow light. Same thing, but with kind of a teal turquoise teal light. And then I added a gouge and blur to both of them to kind of blur them into each other. And that is all of the steps. The last thing we want to do, of course, go to the very top, Shift Alt Option Command E, Camera Raw, and this is an important step. And then Convert to Smart Object. It's going to bring out a lot of details. Filter, Camera Raw. What you want to do here is you can go start in Basics and go down to Texture. You're going to want to increase your texture, probably all the way. Increase your clarity as well. Increase the dehaze maybe a little bit. increase vibrance some. And then you can increase contrast. That's always a good one. And then you could go to, and we can see our before and after here. There's before, there's after. And then go down to color mixer. Go to the color you chose for your whatever your orbs, whatever is glowing within your picture, and increase the luminance. So we're going to increase the glow of those a little bit more. Maybe the green as well. And some of the yellow. Hit OK. And then the final thing we will do again, filter. And we'll add a little bit of noise to add some more texture to it. Maybe 25 for me. 20. Okay. And there we go. There's an example of a finished product for this checkpoint.